Hey YouTube, welcome back to another one. It's your host T-Byrd. Thanks for joining us again for a bird's eye view of comfort. Today we've got a no cool. No cools are rolling in. It is 89-degree high today, so we've got the weather on our side. So let's go out to this no cool and see what we can find. So this is a return client. I've been with this client for years. I went to school with their son. I actually sold them a piece of equipment for their personal home back before I even started this company. So yeah, shout out to them for always being on board. And we're actually going out to one of their rental properties and we've got no cooling. Sounds like the outside fan is not turning. So got Christian right there behind me pulling out. We're gonna head down the street and see what we can find. Ooh, Kiki. Goodman. Thank goodness for Goodman. 13 Sear. Can't really read that, but this is the culprit today. Waiting on tenant to arrive. Oh wow, is that dirty?
Yeah, just a little.
You know why? What do we see here?
Nice little dryer vent.
Dryer vent. Guys, this is one thing, it's the dumbest thing, but we see it all the time. We see dryer vents placed by the coil, so that way when you're drying your clothes and your AC's on, it's actively sucking the lint right into the coil. Make it make sense to me, but oh well. We'll have to definitely do a coil cleaning. Okay, so I did get a little history here before we arrived, and it was that the compressor was running but the fan wasn't. So I actually got a video, and in this case what I'm gonna do is turn that off. They've had the thermostat off, so I'm gonna get Christian to turn the thermostat on. That way we'll get hopefully the contactor to pull in and go from there. So I just gave Christian the word to turn it on from inside, and I did hear the contactor pull in. So we will check some stuff and then fire it up to diagnose. Let's check out some stuff inside first before we make sure nothing's melted or blown up.
What's up, Froggy?
I did replace that capacitor about, I don't know, probably 4 years ago. We did check it's from 2011. So it has reached 12 years old. Time flies.
Time for a new one.
Oh, all that lint. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That is just covered in dryer lint. Like an actual fur coat on this side. Frog.
Oh, we dead on.
It's dead on the fan?
Yep, ain't nothing in the fan.
Alright, so we got one side. We tested the Herm, which is compressor, and that was okay. And it's dead on the fan, so that
0.0.
That lines up with the video I saw. So yeah, that's why you guys always want to check stuff before you just turn it on. It's always best to have the clients turn the unit off before you get there, and then, you know, instead of just sitting there and having it run and overheat the compressor and shut down and retry. A good thing to check too here would be to see if the fan motor is spinning freely by just the blades. So you're gonna have to see what we got for that. Yep, we got free spinning. It's a good sign. All right, so now I would say it's time to check the in-store unit. Wow, look at this. It's a tight packed unit here.
Yeah, low clearance. Alright. Spider webs.
Water heater looks pretty new. It would not be fun doing a duct system here past that, because you have to go. This is really the only spot with clearance in the whole house. And here's something you don't see anymore. The days of pistons are gone. That's your metering device. Those days are over. 2023 marks the Sear 2 ratings, the end of the pistons. So we're all thermal expansion valves now. So, wow, we got all kinds of mismatched ages here, because outside was 2011, that was 2012, and this is 2013. Maybe they found this matchup on clearance.
Oh, what, scratching it stuff? Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Got some cockroaches, dust. This is what you like.
Oh, man, let's check it out. Oh, boys.
Oh, yeah. Nice and dirty.
So, that's what 10 years without maintenance will do. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Hey Christian, remember Christmas Eve?
Every single drain line was froze.
Yeah, there you go. So guys, this is a 90% furnace, and when you get down into really super low temperatures, which we don't see too often in North Carolina, but Christmas Eve here was like 9 or 10 degree low temperature, and what we saw were these lines right there leading out. They were just frozen, completely frozen. All the condensate, it was too cold in the basements, and they just froze. So it's good that that trap is insulated, but we're gonna want to propose to insulate that full drain line going out. All right, so here's our option sheet, and we got approval for the work here. We've got maintenance club membership. We've got T4 Pro thermostat, condenser coil cleaning, dual capacitor, blower wheel pull and clean, and then water safety switch. That's going to be for the coil downstairs, and then the drain line to fix that up and get a clear out, and then also insulate the line. So stay tuned for the work. Inside's clean, all the junk out. All right, this was the immediate culprit for the failure right here. Testing on the fan side, we were at 0.
Maybe there's some fucking
Okay,
Yeah, we got
stuck
like
on there.
Oh,
Let's check
shit.
this.
Was that like a down? Nice son.
Ooh. Yeah, so people, this is your blower wheel. All the air circulates through your house, through your ducts. This is what pushes hot and cold air. And this cleaning should be done about every 3 to 5 years, depending on conditions, filter changes, etc. So we have to bring this out because you have to separate the motor from the wheel in order to clean it, because you cannot get the motor wet, get cleaner on the motor. So it's best to pull it out, take it out. So we're gonna remove the motor and get this thing shiny. All right, let's check the wheel outside. So from the outside, yeah, but this is, you're scooping air through here, and just 1/8 of an inch of buildup can cause airflow restrictions. So, and for indoor air quality, it should be clean. You're breathing that. You're breathing that. Okay, that's looking good now. Time to reassemble. All right, set back in, motor's back. So let's head back down to the basement. So in order to remove a blower wheel, you do have to carefully kind of disconnect. You don't have to disconnect all the electrical, but you do have to disconnect a few things. So some units are easier than others. like we also have some install paperwork here from, where's the date here? There it is, 13. That's cool. Looks like they did a duct leakage test. So that means the full duct system had been replaced at the same time. That's nice. So the disconnections we had to make were all the wires you see hanging there. Those are all the different speed taps for the blower motor. You've got your heat cool, and you can also use a different one for just the fan only. And then there'll be a couple speeds maybe that aren't used. You can check that after we get it wired back up. Thank goodness for Goodman. So yeah, this is your furnace control board. You might say, oh, furnace has nothing to do with AC, but it does, because this fan that we just cleaned, the blower wheel 2, does blow air on heating and cooling. So where are the speed taps? You
Right here.
Okay.
Cool, heat, or heat high, heat low, and neutral up there. And that's just a park.
Park, yeah, park's unused. All right, cool. And then just the 2 brown on the capacitor for that, and we are good to wire in safety switch. We also did get approval to correct the drain line, put a clean out, and insulate the whole thing, but we do not have the insulation, so we'll have to come back to do that on another trip. But gotta leave them with cooling, so we'll do everything we can now and get back another time. Is it gonna fit? That's the question.
I don't know.
I don't think so. Well, we do have what it takes to bring that out a little bit. I know that. We got PVC in the truck.
I believe we
Always gotta have PVC in the truck. We just ran out of Armor Flicks today. So that is the Safe T switch model SS2. We love those. We use them all the time. Every new install comes with one, and we add those to, or we at least propose adding those to every system we come across that doesn't have one. And for those techs out there, do yourself a favor and wire it into the R terminal on the board. Break R and not Y. That way your indoor fan comes on and you're not chasing your tail as to what the failure is. Because if you don't have fan, then your first stop's gonna be at the inside unit, and you'll be able to tell that this switch has water in it. And shout out to Mikey Pipes. I was watching his channel and learned about these Woes. We love using them instead of your old-fashioned wire nuts. We just buy them off Amazon and get them shipped in. So they're good. They have lots of different sizes. So even though we're coming back to redo the entire drain and insulate, we do have to make a little adjustment for now because the footprint of the SS2 sticks out too far for the existing. Do you have any 45s?
Yeah.
I think a little 45 might work.
Just gotta go back in with this one. Oh, I cut it too short.
Just a little bit, that's all we needed. Sometimes in HVAC it's like that. You gotta do a lot to change a little. Yeah, on a forced air system too, you're gonna want a vent, so that's one thing we'll do when we come back is add a vent for air since it's forced air and pushing past the coil. Yeah, it's always a good idea to dry fit, guys, because you know that glue it gives you about half a second before it's dry.
There it is.
Alright, so this is the temporary setup here so we can get them cooling. A couple 45s, just getting enough room for the SS2. So yeah, we're gonna get the panel back on, turn the power back on, and then We're ready to have liftoff outside. Okay, so a cool find that we just figured out before we fire it up is we looked at standing pressure. It is pretty low. Like, you know, you'd say that's low for 410, and I assume this was 410, but here we go. This unit was manufactured in 2011, but it's still R22. Wow. I did see on that duct test that it said rental unit, so, you know, they probably did get a heck of a deal on this unit, whoever installed it, by buying one of the last R22 systems made. Let's see if we got power, liftoff.
Safety light.
Ah, dang it. Yeah, well, guys, that's a time delay on the thermostat, so I'm not gonna stand here for 5 minutes, but I'll be back. All right. And she lives. This man's got his nice gauges on the ground. Come on now. All right, so we're looking for these pressures to settle in. We'll give it a few minutes to see where we're at. We're gonna do a target superheat because it is a piston, and check that. We'll film some of that, but this is a tip right here. You see him wiping the unit down. Guys, technicians out there, I don't care how good of a job you do at cleaning the coils. If the outside doesn't look like it got cleaned, then the customer is gonna come out and think you didn't clean their unit. So to avoid callbacks, always clean the exterior, and you know, it just shows that we're professionals. We're not just cleaning the coils, we're cleaning the unit. All right, we're getting wet bulb here to do target superheat. That is a psychrometer, digital. And this was our T4 installation per client's request to change the thermostat. So we got 81 inside, and we're gonna go back outside and check how the charge settled in and see what our superheat's at.
Refrigerant.
All right, you see that on the side of the tank, 22. This call just took a turn, guys. So simple failure turns into a low system. It doesn't look too low, but we gotta get them cooling for now. So we're gonna gas it up a little, and we'll return for a leak search, and I will try my best to get that. Simple failures can really turn. I mean, this unit's 12 years old, but I mean, it's something simple turns into a low on charge of a obsolete refrigerant. So yeah, we'll come search for the leak, but for today we'll leave them cooling. Target superheat was 22. You can see we are at 36 and steady dropping, so we're gonna get down, and it has taken just over a pound. So not too low, but low enough to cause issues. And for everybody out there, refrigerant does not evaporate. You do not need refrigerant on a regular basis. So if you need refrigerant, there is a leak. All right, they are cooling again. I just wanted to wrap up with some final thoughts. That service call took a turn. I mean, it went from seemingly minor repairs on a 12-year-old unit to boom, low on R22. Some things that I thought about to kind of paint a picture. Looking at that age, I do believe that was the time when they were selling dry charged outdoor units. So that could add up, because I saw on the duct leakage report in there that it said rental property. So seems like this may have been a budget job to begin with, and that's why they used the R22 dry charged unit like that. So who knows? I mean, we don't have a time machine or a crystal ball, but it wasn't that low, a pound. But like I said, it's R22, and that stuff's expensive. So at this point, we're going to be in a situation of coming back to find a leak and then seeing what we can do from there. Luckily, with T-Birds, we do offer a no regret repair, which that's a repair credit. A repair credit means the money they spent today on certain things can be fully credited back towards bigger repairs or replacements. So, you know, we got to get them cooling. It's an emergency, it's hot, get them cooling, but some of the money off this ticket will be able to credit it back, and that's a good thing, because we really don't know what we're gonna find. But I may be able to catch the return trip, may not. So we could be returning out here with the camera. But yeah, that's it for today. It's Friday. We got a couple more calls to knock out, but I'm headed back to the office. Thanks for joining us for a bird's eye view of comfort. Until next time, T-Bird out.